It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! Grab your friends, it's that time again! Listen to the show where the fun never ends! It's PUCL! PUCL! Oh yeah! PUCL! Thatch,
yeah.
PUCL!
In there
PUCL! Yeah,
Am I missing anything?
PUCL!
PUCL.
So we're recording like normal, right? On our end? Got it. Had to make sure. Yeah, very. That implies a whole lot. You're not very loud. Got him. I'm lying. I'm lying. Don't believe me.
I'm very aware my mic isn't hot. I'm very, 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 very
Mine's
aware of
not
this. Thatch knows how his audio works. At least he pretends to. At least he pretends to know what he's doing. There we go.
Depends on what you mean by that.
Sorry, I'm being really vain and I'm playing like an audience clapping sound effect. I'm being very vain. You're so vain. You probably thought this song was about you, don't you, don't you?
You're so superficial. You probably judge people based on their physical appearance.
Don't you? Okay, uno momento. I should open up an Audacity file. I still have like Audacity files from God knows when on here. There's 498. I don't think I need 498 open. That's 498 as well. I don't need that one open.
Woo! Just finished
Woo.
breakfast. Heck yeah.
All right. So, for those of you on Discord, my 100% recommendation is to go ahead and just like go to Twitch, because I will not be paying attention to Discord the entire time, unless there's a reason that you want to be on Discord. unless there's a reason to do it. It is more for awareness, so that people, if they come in late and they don't pay attention to literally anything that I say, which is very much so the thing to do, that is what to do. If there's a reason you want to do Discord, more power to you. You already have the app on your phone. It probably makes your life easier. If you do want to be entered into the giveaway for the free copy of BDSP that we'll give away sometime during one of the breaks, I haven't decided which, and it's probably best because then it's random for me, also random for you. We will be using Twitch for that giveaway because we have an automatic bot in Twitch that can help us out with that. So if you are just listening in Discord, you will not be able to have a chance to do that. So if you want to get in on that, just like I said, go to twitch.tv/ThePucklePodcast. Yay. Thatch is very
How hosty of you.
hosty, that's right. Like it's like I'm hosty. I'm hosty.
It's
That's
like
nice
you're
and hosty.
a brand of cookies.
I not cookies. I'm like the cupcake.
That's right. That's cupcakes.
I'm
Hostess
like
with
the
the most.
cupcake. They went out. They went out of business for like a hot minute.
And then they were eaten by someone else because the Twinkie needs to be kept alive for America to exist.
For America, it turns out that's the key to the existence of America. The Twinkie. If it doesn't exist, what happens to our culture? Right.
It's in the Constitution.
It's only
If you take the first line of every line of Article 4, it just spells out Twinkie if you
Man,
rearrange the letters.
I wonder if Hostess went out of business like now, if like there'd be a news program that would shout about how it's a liberal conspiracy to destroy the culture of America.
Oh God.
Could you imagine?
Oh, I could.
Could you imagine? They're trying to get rid of our culture. I grew up eating Twinkies.
I can see the newscast.
I grew up eating
The left
Twinkies.
would have you think.
The left would have you think. Why do they want to get rid of the Twinkie?
The Twinkie is as American as apple pie.
Oh my gosh. I like that. We know exactly who we're talking about without talking about it.
Without saying it.
We both know who we're talking about.
Yep.
But can they answer this simple question? What do they have against American workers making American products? Okay, I'm done.
I'm getting angry. Just hearing it.
Oh God, we're hilarious.
I'm gonna ignore that and try and figure out which Garchomp I want to run on my team.
That's a good question. Oh, do we have a Pokemon in the episode team?
I don't know.
That's a solid question.
Should?
I'm gonna look it up before the show starts so that I feel empowered.
Preparedness.
I don't see one actually.
Uh-oh.
Last one I see is Tauros.
That means I get to pick.
Oh wait, there's something here. There's a few teams. I don't think they were given dates though.
Wonderful.
Oh, thanks for that sub, man. Thanks, Pokemaster, for that sub. And let's see. Let me see if I can find it. We've got a few options. It looks like. I think.
I drank my breakfast too quickly, but
That's your own fault, my friend.
yeah.
There's like a triple horse VGC one, or you could just come up with something if you want, Seth. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's see. Third place team from last season in BSS. I think the problem is none of these have pastes. I think that's what's gonna hold us back. Though there is a really cool triple horse team for VGC. Triple horse. Guess who the third one is? Your guess is as good as mine. I can tell
horse.
you, and you're gonna
Mudsdale,
Nope.
Rapidash.
Nope.
and-
Oh, Rapidash. The answer is Rapidash. Galarian Rapidash is the answer.
Yeah.
I
was just thinking of horse Pokemon.
Nay. Triple horse.
And Spectrier.
We'll just run with that one. That one sounds fun. We'll make Rapidash the Pokemon of the episode. I probably have already done that, and that's okay. It's a VGC team.
When
as well.
Ash runs really fast. Rapidash.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go grab like my decanter of water, and I will return, and it'll be about that time. About that time, and we can make a podcast together, like we do every week. Hashtag eat. Hashtag PUCL. Hashtag 500. Hashtag. Can we make hashtag PUCL 500 trend on Twitter? We do not have enough people to do that.
No, we don't.
No.
We could do it locally. We could do it locally.
I
Small
can't
pockets.
help you there.
Just get a VPN real fast. Easy.
No, I can't.
I tell
do
you what,
that
I'll
fast.
change my server location to Italy, and then we'll have 2 there. Oh, it did have one of the rears. Oh no, it has 2 of the rears. Thank God Regieleki doesn't have moves.
Unless you run it physical, which is stupid and hilarious, but also
Also bad.
surprisingly effective.
Oh, all right. We're gonna need some dittos. What? Oh, for PUCL 500 to trend on Twitter. That's what happened. Okay. I was like reading chat. And I'm like, what is happening? What are the words? What are the words that are coming out of here?
Just let me know when I should hit the record button.
We can do it here in a minute.
Also true fact.
I need to open up a blank Audacity file. So these are the real challenges of our generation.
Right?
Yes.
Opening up.
At least they're not a PDF. I would take a half hour to open one of those.
Is Thatch making sure he does that and then opens a Word document. Do do do, it's do 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 do, it's PUCL. Oh yeah. Oh, we should go to Twitter. I'll tweet it out.
What is this?
I'll Twitter it out.
This is a guy that'll do a Pokemon card of your pet. He'll draw it and make a card out of it and put it on a metal card. How cool is that? And there's no rule box on the card, so this is a 1-prizer with 200 HP.
Oh man, but it's
That's
your pet. I'm sure it's tournament legal.
Slaps down a gold metal card.
I'm sure it's legal.
The bite of Buddy. Buddy takes a bite of his opponents, and not only does he deal damage, he steals their snacks
Profile.
too.
Did we
For
tweet out that
4
we're live
energy,
with the
250
500?
damage.
Oh no, we didn't tweet it out. Oh shoot. Let's tweet. Tweedledee tweedledee.
That's actually really cute.
Live with the 500th episode of the PUCL podcast. Hashtag PUCL 500. Hashtag yay. Boop. Oh, I should have put Twitch in there. I'm a dummy. I'll reply.
You fool!
I'm really bad at social media. Hence why PUCL isn't more popular than it is.
Yep.
And probably for good purposes. All right. Yeah, I have Audacity open. We all have Audacity open. It's 10 o'clock now. We should get started.
I'm gonna click
I
record.
do.
I will click
I'm
record.
recording.
Oh wait, I'm recording the wrong way. Thatch is bad and needs to be told that. Recording. Hey. Are you guys recording?
Yes.
I am.
Perfect. Okay, we're gonna snap here in 3, 2, 1. Yep, I can't hear it because Discord likes to mute it now. I did all of those things, and the one thing I didn't do was open a Word document. So
It sounded like it was about to be the Cinderella song, Thatch.
Have you not seen the movie Blues Brothers? I'm sorry. It's okay.
Yes.
That you have not seen the Blues Brothers? What?
I
It's fine.
have at one point, but I also don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Seth.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
It's a problem.
Moving on. All right. Let's do this thing. We are gonna go ahead, grab a timestamp, and we'll get started. And welcome to the 500th episode of the PUCL podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my excited as always co-host. We've got the fluffiest Whimsicott. Oh, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, it was very quiet. It didn't pick you up. We're going to restart now because Thatch couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Hang on.
Awkward pause. We're off to a good, strong start. All right, let's try it again. And welcome to the 500th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my wonderful co-host. We've got the fluffiest Whimsicott.
I would scream about this being episode 500, but apparently that messes up the recording, but yay!
Oh, that definitely does. It probably muted you on Discord.
Yep.
And then, of course, we've got the wonderful, as always, Lord Seth Vilo of Scotland.
Yeet.
That's the most Seth thing I've ever heard. Welcome to the PUCL Podcast. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're old. PUCL is, of course, it stands for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007. We talk everything here, Pokemon, from the video game to the trading card game to everything in between. We still have to do the board game episode at some point.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh no, somebody like, I don't know if I told you, Seth, but somebody came onto our YouTube and was just like, you can't claim to talk about everything in between until you do a board game episode. And I'm just like, that sounds like a fun idea. We just need to find a tabletop sim where we can play it and do it on stream.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But this show is being recorded live for those of you listening to it on Monday or afterwards. This has been recording live. We do have people listening to us as things go along, and they will be able to send in emails, chat with us along the way. But this is the 500th episode of the PUCL Podcast, so that's a fun time. I guess I should have come up with like a fun story or something, like fun facts about the PUCL Podcast, but unfortunately I don't know them. Fun facts.
I've got one. This is the 500th episode.
Ooh, that's good. I think
That's a good fun fact.
so. Like, I wanted to say like it would be a fun fact that like, hey, Thatch hasn't been on all 500 episodes, which is kind of true. But it like, if you look at PUCL Plus, I feel like I've more than compensated for missing the episodes I've missed. And
Yeah.
which is semi-unfortunate. I don't know. So I've probably done over 500 episodes of podcasts in my life, and I don't know. Like, somebody came up to me not too long ago, and it was somebody about podcasting. And they came up to me. They're just like, "Oh, you're a legacy podcaster," and I'm like, "What does that even mean? What are the words coming out of your mouth?" And they're like, "Oh, you've been podcasting for so long," and they're just like, "Oh man." I'm just like, I guess I've been podcasting long. I don't know. Maybe it's imposter syndrome. I don't feel like I'm that great at it. Echo might disagree. Echo might disagree, but I don't know. It's just like crazy to think about that. It's also been like, so this is 500 episodes over, I guess, 14 years now, right? I think next year's year 15. Which is crazy to think about. I know, and we just keep talking about Pokemon.
Yes.
Well,
they
that's all
keep
we talk
making
about.
Pokemon, so
Yeah, they can't stop.
Can't blame us. We're just doing our job, sort of.
We're not doing our job. Let's calm down. This isn't a real job.
No, heck no.
I hope everybody realizes that none of us like intend to make this our job.
I said it, and I was like,
Or
immediately, we
could
need to
even.
redact that.
Yeah, let's redact that. Yeah,
I saw someone on the Discord at some point refer like us paying the people who edit the podcast. And
okay, so
no,
like
we do the editing.
there's a lot of what is it? Yeah, we do all the editing ourselves. Also, Thatch deserves a lot of back pay if we're going to start paying people to edit the podcast.
Goodness. So you did them all until fairly recently, right?
Until 2019, yeah. Until like May 2019. Whimsicott helped me a little bit like at the beginning of 2019 because she could tell I was dying. And so she like took the initiative. She's like, I'm going to learn how to edit. And then would just like grab a couple segments from me. Like she would bug me for a couple segments every week or so. And then like after she had done it, I'm like, oh, this is why I should do that.
Oh.
Because I like, for those of you at home, like editing a podcast takes a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it like you get an hour and a half show at the end of the day, but it's going to take us 2 hours at minimum to record it. And then it's going to take an additional And then it's gonna. I mean, I was spending something like 5 hours per episode. I think just in edits.
Yeah, that checks out because it takes
Yeah.
about 3 times the length
Yeah.
of each segment to edit that segment if everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, and so that's like your weekend at that point, because your weekend is just I spend Saturday recording, and then I'd spend Sunday editing and putting it out.
Yep.
We should totally give a shout out to Echo, who has been doing like most of the work.
Yeah, Echo's been carrying a lot of it, and I want to give major props to him. So fun fact. Okay, so here's a PUCL fun fact. There's an episode. There's an episode in it was, I think, 2010 or 2011, probably 2010, where Echo's actually on it. Because Echo used to be so before we had like the PUCL staff that we do now, we used to just have like a group of people we'd call the PUCL crew, and Echo was actually part of that that PUCL crew back then. And so if you want to hear what Echo sounds like, he's there. They were all on it for the anniversary show. It was probably like our 3-year anniversary show at that point, so I don't know what number that is. It's in the numbers that you should not listen to. That's the answer. It's in the numbers that you should not listen to. That's what PUCL's all about. Don't listen to anything before episode 115. They are not worth listening to, unless you want to like grow up with Thatch. That's another thing, which is weird. But if you want to grow up with Thatch, but other than that, Pokemon wise, fun fact, Seth, you'll be proud of me.
Boy.
So I streamed 2 times this week because it's PUCL 500 and I wanted to keep the hype up throughout the week. And so I streamed on Thursday and I'm like, I'm not going to do the platinum. I'm not going to do platinum this week. Oh, you were there actually. Never mind. And so I decided to play OU on Thursday.
Wait, no, I wasn't. I was there for the platinum bit, but I wasn't there for the OU bit.
Yeah, so I decided to play OU for like the first time in a year, maybe a year and a half. And I went on a fresh account. Granted, like it's only ranked like 1300, but I went 12-1. Just like
nice.
Not do it like I haven't played in so long. I did grab sample teams, so I will say I didn't build the teams. I grabbed sample teams because I don't know what's good right now. And one of the sample teams was Rain, so it's just like, oh yes, this is how you run it. It's like yes, you lead Pelipper. Yes, you do this. But I grabbed another team and I did okay. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was semi helmet, but it was okay. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I was happy with that. I was like, man, I know Pokemon a little bit now. I know what I'm doing. It
the
feels good.
instincts kind of stay with you, sort of.
Yeah, well, like I could tell because like as soon as I like, especially low ladder, you can like if you're I don't want to say this because I don't want to put the people who are low ladder down, because if you're playing low ladder and you're stuck there, it's because you're learning and you're trying to get better. But like there's definitely like steps in the progression of learning Pokemon that when you're at low ladder, you're playing at what's called level 0, and it's very easy to read your plays at that point.
Yeah.
And if you can read somebody's plays, I'm walking in with a Rain team and I can read the plays, and so I know exactly what I'm doing the entire time. So like that was part of it. Once you get up to 1300, you start to get to like I'll call it like level 0.75. And but I think we lost once, and it was just because it was like a really bad matchup with the team. It was just a really, really bad matchup. And I think I misplayed the Ferrothorn, so then there was like a Rillaboom. I'm like, I'm running Rain, so this is game.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is game. Cool. And that was that game. I don't know. I wanted to put some Pokemon in the intro because somebody might get upset that we're talking about the podcast or something. I don't know. They're probably not.
Whatever.
Okay. So Thatch will get upset.
You'll listen back. I can be like, I feel yucky.
I feel icky. I talked about the podcast because, like, I think we did a couple times, like for anniversaries or something. We'd like do a podcast on the podcast, and that's so nonsensical to me. That's super nonsensical.
At least
I don't like it.
Like we've got a good topic.
We got a good topic today. I'm very excited for the topic today. So
we're getting it out of our system.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm sorry I didn't give you guys a chance to tell me what you did during the week, but I wanted to just like gush a little bit. Here come the narcissistic iTunes reviews, and that's fine.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, but we're gonna kick it on over to the news. So let's cue that epic music. No music for you guys on stream today. I'm sorry. If you listen to it, I need to get better about that. I have a soundboard now, like a legit soundboard. I should probably start setting that up. Sorry, I'm hydrating. I don't know if McGee did the news or not this week.
He did.
He probably did. He did? Good for McGee.
Yeah, and it starts off with a banger.
I'm excited. Let me open it up. I love that opening. For those of you in chat, I'm not going to read it for the show, but if only the news could reflect the coolness of the milestone PUCL has reached. That's true. I don't know. Like, everybody's just like, oh, this is a big milestone. I'm like, is it though? I mean, I'm just doing what I do every week, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's kind of like how when I got my PhD, it felt like semi anticlimactic, because I'm like, yeah, I was just doing what I was going to do anyway. And
but from the outside, like, you were in it the entire time, so it was a gradual thing. But from the outside, it's whoa.
I guess so. Okay, so Eris, I did see your comment in Twitch chat. I'll respond outside of the show. I don't like responding inside the show. I did see your comment about editing it 2 times. That's not the slow part. The slow part isn't listening to the show. The slow part is doing the actual hard edits. That's the slow part. It's not. It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with the speed at which you're listening.
Yeah, theoretically, you could even do the edit almost without listening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point in terms of audio editing where I can just identify the waveforms, and I can just
be like, that's not a voice. That's a
yeah. Yep. And so I'm at that point. So, yeah, just something to. I'm not trying to like put you down or anything. I'm just letting you know, like, yeah, that's not the way. That's not a good solution. Oh, you can actually register to go to a location for GoFest now. Oh, interesting. That's weird. Yeah, I don't feel good about it either, and that's okay. All right.
I think.
Yeah, you can be. Set screen then, and that's fine with me.
Be.
Set screen, and I'm okay
cool.
with that. All right then. Let's go ahead over there. All right. I need a timestamp, and I have to open up the book with the timestamps in it to be able to do that. And welcome to the news. The news this week is apparently not as exciting as PUCL 500, but we'll get through it nonetheless. So, to kick off the news, the Skyscraping Perfect and Blue Sky Stream TCG sets release July 9th. In Japan. My bad.
in Japan.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, we just had a TCG set. What? And they are bringing back the dragon typing now with no weaknesses and no resistances. So it's a boring type.
Some of those cards, though, are nutty.
I can see them.
Be great.
I can see them having a lot more fun and expanded because double dragon energy's there.
Yeah, that'll still work with them, and that's going to be kind of scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we all were worried that dragon type was gone. I do like that they just killed dragon type support after ADP was out. And they're just like, yeah, we're going to wait until the set that will be okay after we rotate out ADP.
Yeah. Though
they
that said, the
right?
set doesn't really have...
They announced the rotation,
rotation
right?
happens... Yeah, it happens September.
Yeah.
And it's basically Sword and Shield on.
Yep.
But, yeah, really, there's not much dragon support in the literal sense. There's just... Like, the only things I can think of off the top of my head that directly support the dragon type are the 2 new stadiums that you can use to search out something and dragon type. Basically, Brooklet Hill with one of the types being
Oh, could you
dragon
imagine that working with it? Well, Expand is going to be awful.
Yeah.
That's what I.
But
that's
I mean,
what
that's
I
the only
feel.
thing directly supporting the dragons right now. So the fact they don't have weakness is scary. There's some cool items and things like that coming out of here. But yeah, these are all going to be in our Evolving Sky sets. So something to look forward to for August, September-ish.
Cool. Well, you can go talk more here, Seth. Because you have you're green. You're green.
I'm green. Yep. I'm green. Anyway. So Pokemon Journeys has made a new thing. They're continuing meeting up with old people that have been on the show before. And Dawn from Diamond Pearl is having an arc later this month. This might confirm Gen 4 remakes. We don't know yet.
I love that.
She still has a Piplup. So yeah.
What's even worse is
Eric hasn't stopped making that joke yet.
They also haven't.
Yeah, I know.
They haven't announced the English version, like where it's coming. Like the translation of the anime past. We got the first 40 episodes of Journeys, and now Journeys isn't called Journeys; it's called like Master's Journeys. They've released the English name for that, but we have no idea where it's coming out and when it's coming out or anything. So
Disney
you can't
Plus.
even watch it.
No.
I hope not. Disney had it for a hot minute, like a Disney XD.
Yeah,
That's
they
where
did.
Pokemon was. Yeah, for a hot minute, and then it went to.
You can stream Loki and Pokemon at the same time.
I think it was actually on Disney XD until it went off into Netflix.
I feel like that's true.
I think that's right.
I think the Alola stuff was there.
Yeah, I think the Alola stuff was on Disney XD. Yeah, that's nuts to me. All right, moving on. Go ahead, Whimsicott. Nobody's watching this. So.
And I don't know if anyone is watching PokeTunes, but apparently there's a new episode out about a boy befriending a Magikarp.
Watch these, because if they're like the other one, they look really cute.
The art styles are really cute, but they don't get translated, and I think that's the big sad.
Meh.
That's the big sad to me, at least.
I watch plenty of stuff that doesn't get exactly. That's how I watch anime. So it's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the big sad. I'd like to see the dub. All right. Moving on to video game battling news, though. A new month of Series 9 Online has begun and will run through the end of the month into July before Series 10 starts. This is a very traditional meta. No legends or anything. But if you were missing the legends, oh boy, are they back in Series 10. They are back. You can play with one, not mythical, but restricted legend per team. However, the twist is that you cannot Dynamax anything whatsoever. Dynamax is gone.
I'm so interested in this.
And the format runs until October 31st, which is right before BDSP's launch. I'm not sure. The note that McGee put, is this the end of Dynamax with BDSP releasing in November? My gut feeling is no. I think they'll still use Sword and Shield as like the game for competitive, because could you imagine like they do Worlds 2022 and they like have it in London, but the game's BDSP? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine how weird of a circumstance that would be? No, you want the game to be Sword and Shield. Also, you want the game to be developed by Game Freak.
Yes.
Right? You're not going to be like, oh, yes, you should do this. Maybe, just maybe we'll get the Pokemon in Sword and Shield from BDSP. Doubtful, but maybe.
Stop crushing my dreams.
Dude, I want it just as bad as you want it, but
I need my Scorpion Pat back.
Dude, I would love that. I want Breloom back. I want Gliscor back. I want Tropius back. Dude, could you imagine Tropius following you? That'd be so cool.
Oh.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be so cool. I'd be into it. The problem is you're still missing like 69 Pokemon. So
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not nice.
Not nice, but you're still missing 69 Pokemon. Unless like maybe Legends of Arceus like fills in that gap.
Yeah.
I could see that being possible. Like, hey, here's a few Pokemon that like were in Sinnoh but aren't anymore. Like Yungoos came from Sinnoh, but we took them to Hawaii.
That's a lot of like evolutionary lines, though. If it were like 10 evolutionary lines, I could see that.
Well, so it's 69 Pokemon total that you'd still be missing. 9 of those are starters, or not 9. 18 of those are starters. Or so.
Oh, okay. That's a good point.
18 of those are starters. Well, so like
Nothing about
I'm assuming you get
Fire one.
national decks in BDSP, like Gen 4 national decks in BDSP. So
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, so that's my assumption because that's kind of the way those games worked. Was like, hey, national decks completion after the game, and so and honestly, you could catch every Pokemon minus like the legends and I think Tangela and Tropius in Diamond and Pearl, in base Diamond and Pearl. We're not even talking Platinum. It's kind of ORS meta, but it's not ORS meta. I shouldn't reply online. All right, Seth, talk more about some video game stuff.
You got it. There's a Water Paradise online event being announced. As the name suggests, only water types can be used for this. So get your waters. I think it's still the most populous type.
It
It
is.
runs from July 16th to the July 18th, and registration closes on the 15th. And for just participating, you get 50 BP. What does that
Battle
stand for?
points or
Battle
whatever.
points.
Battle points or whatever they're called now.
Still battle points. Like
Yeah.
I was
Yeah. It's
forgot
battle
what- I
points.
forgot what
They
it
need to
stands
come
for
up
now.
with a better reward. Nobody wants 50 battle points. You can go get a ton of battle points for like nothing in Sword and Shield already. It's the reward's garbage. They should do something cool like, hey, you get a shiny Pokemon. That's all they have to do, and then you have way higher attendance.
That's how they did like the shiny Tapus the last time, right?
I believe so. That is
feel
how
like
they did the
that's
shiny Tapus. Now I'm curious to see if any water types get freeze dry that aren't just Lapras.
Ooh, yes, I think.
I think
I
there's a
think
few.
one or two do, but I'm
but
not sure.
Arctivish.
Ooh.
It's Arctivish and Lapras. Those are your two water types that
Oh.
get freeze dry. Those
I
are
was
your
about
two.
to say, what about Duke? Oh, wait.
I guess Ludicolo would probably do okay too.
I was about to say, just run that.
Well, you need to run.
Lantern,
Well, you need to
Rotom.
run a grass type because of things like Swampert and Gastrodon.
Mm-mm.
That's my thought. Is you need to run a grass type. So
Meh.
like, yeah, you have to. So Ludicolo it is. All right. So moving on the news. I think we're in Pokemon Go now. The Whimsicott, you get to kick that off.
Yeah. So we're now in July, and the Breakthrough Research Award for July is Rufflet, which is cute. Also, they have announced the Spotlight Awards for this month. July 6th is Bulbasaur with Double Catch Experience. July 13th is Charmander with Double Catch Candy. July 20th is Squirtle with Double Transfer Candy. And then this is very random. July 27th is Natu with Double Evolution Experience.
All four Kanto starters.
Yes.
All four
Natu,
Kanto
the
starters.
starter.
Yep. It'll be exciting. As part of GoFest on July 17th, various cities in the U.S. worldwide will have special celebrations that you can register to attend. The U.S. locations are listed below. Good luck if you live not in a large city. San Francisco, California, Denver, Colorado, Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, New York City, New York, Nashville, Tennessee, Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, and Washington, D.C. You can go there. I assume it's a photo op or just like it's like it feels like a desperate cling to like be a to just like be at a place with people after like a year of isolation or a year and a half of isolation.
Yuck, people.
That's how I feel. As part of the collaboration with
near me.
as part of the collaboration with the TCG, Seth. God. So,
Yay.
yeah, the Professor Willow card has been released, and there's serial code on them that unlocks a special research to complete in Pokemon Go. I'm sure those
It's
won't
really
be
cool.
scalped. The special research or the
honest-
card?
The card.
Yeah, it's just Professor's
Ah.
research. No, I like the way
It's
they
just
handled.
professors.
Yeah, I like the way they handle that now because. So I'm not sure if you're aware, Whimsicott, because you might not have been following it since we don't hang out in person for the past 2 years. But they got rid of like you remember Professor Sycamore in the TCG and how it's just like the
Yes.
discard 7 draws or discard your hand draw 7, and so they just do it every gen. They're just like, oh, here's a new professor. We're just gonna make it the same card, and so they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
We're just gonna call the card Professor's Research, and then like we can put little subtext and change the professor on it.
Yes.
every time.
I
That way
heard
you don't have the
about this
Professor Juniper,
before.
Professor Sycamore problem that they do in
Yeah.
Expanded.
I think you've discussed this on the show already because I was aware of this, and this is
Yes.
the only place I could have heard about it.
I think it's a really cool way to handle it, personally.
I like it too. And then you can have like random like Professor Burnett on there
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Special
it's
card.
great. Professor Burnett's a really
If I'm
good one.
thinking-
Was she a card?
Yeah.
Did she get a card?
I think she's getting a card in the V Union stuff, and she's just Battle Compressor, but worse.
Well, they
oh.
have to make Battle Compressor worse because if not, V Union gets really broken.
Yeah, it's a supporter that search your deck discard too.
Like,
So-
V Union or Battle Compressor is getting banned and expanded, and I can tell you which one it probably will be.
Yeah.
The answer is not V Union.
Although that depends on if any of the V Union cards are good. The 3 we've seen so far are okay.
That's true. That's true.
So-
I think it just very much matters on that, but I could see them just banning it because they're just like, we want people to buy the new cards.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh well. So I think that's it for the news. There's really no PUCL news other than PUCL 500's happening like right now, and
Yep.
Summer League's
And
on the
Summer
Discord
League
server.
reminder.
Yep, it exists. It exists. Come to the Discord, PUCLDiscord.com, PUCLDiscord.com, PUCLDiscord.com.
Don't wait till the last day to do your gym challenge.
Yeah, I think
please.
we're like week 3,
Please
so we're halfway through. So please come and do it ASAP, because trying to get all of the badges in the last week does typically not work.
Nope.
People have tried it before and have failed before you. So we've done this.
It has
I think,
been
I,
attempted
I think
before.
I think this has been like we've been doing this consistently for like 7 or 8 years now. So
Yeah.
it's definitely something to keep in mind. Definitely something to keep in mind. All right. On that note, we're gonna kick it on over though to PUCL's Poke Quiz, where we're gonna quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Awesome.
Timestamp.
I guess for this one, even though there's a delay, I should minimize the Twitch chat.
Maybe. Oh yeah, probably a
People be
little bit.
screaming the answer at you.
I want to see what Liger sent me because we have 2 routes we can go with this. I think because people were putting in like
Oh,
PUCL
no.
trivia as well.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Into the Twitch chat. I mean, it's episode 500. You guys can know as much as I do.
I mean,
Whimsicott
Some
is
people
probably the
might
only.
not probably remember.
Whimsicott is probably the only one that does. And
What style of oil tanker were you about to buy on eBay?
okay, so it's not eBay. There's a website for this. Like to
On
buy used oil
eBay.
tankers. Like there's a website. Like I just Googled it. I'm like, how much does an oil tanker cost? And it's like, oh, it's just $500,000. And it's just like, that's a lot cheaper than I expected. And
Easily feasible.
I'm like, that's far more, like that's the price of a house. Like
Yeah.
You know what? That's a fair comparison. I hadn't thought about it.
like
in
that's the
those
price
terms.
of a house. The problem is it does not come with fuel, obviously, and it might also
Oh.
be on the other side of the planet. So
Those are just details.
so
Guess to
what?
pick it up, you're gonna have to plan it.
So we're gonna have to like pick it up. We'll have to pick up the oil tanker and then somehow get a place to dock it in like Cleveland.
Let's go to the gas station, fill up, and then drive home.
Then just drive home. Yeah, could you imagine like all of us going out to like get like it's like the 10 of us, you know, we get to the oil tanker, we're like, yeah, we'll drive it back. That shouldn't be a problem. And then like the next shot is just like a hard cut to us in the middle of a storm in the ocean. And we're just like,
Yeah.
oh God, we don't know what's happening.
Haven't done the hatches.
And I get seasick. Like, oh,
We would.
no.
I just imagine the entire thing being the worst experience of anybody's life.
That scene from Pirates of the Caribbean with them driving their boats around the whirlpool, firing cannons at each
Yeah,
other. Just that.
It's
That
literally
exactly.
It's literally gonna be a cluster. It's just not gonna be great. It would be the worst experience of anybody's life. Would be us trying to sail an oil tanker back to the U.S. from
Be a
like
Pokemon
Russia.
pirate.
Yeah.
I
I'm sure
mean,
the
if
first
you're
day
starting
the
from
first day or two
Russia-
would be really fun. The first day or two would be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'd get lost on a whole tanker. We'd get lost.
I mean,
Also, could
I
you
would
imagine?
say Italy is so much closer to Russia than anything else, but then you have to go around Gibraltar and
Yep. Oh, well, then could you
Just part.
imagine, like, oh man, could you just imagine us, like, oh no, there's just so many things that could go wrong. There's just so many things. I'm just thinking about it.
also I
Like,
guess
none
it
of us
depends
know
on
how to drive a
which side of
boat.
Russia you start from.
None of us know how to drive. Well, to get it into Cleveland, we have to get on the east side of the U.S., right? So,
I think if you're starting from Russia and it's actually like on the other side of Russia, which I don't think it is because I think all of the major like shipyards and stuff are on this side of Russia.
could you
But if it was
imagine?
on the other side of Russia, you could just like drive it to
Well,
Hawaii.
well,
and stop
remember,
there.
well, remember how like the boat got stuck in the Suez Canal? We're not experienced.
Excuse
Um,
you, Thatch. I've got my
Yeah.
motorboat merit badge.
we
It's
we
not
are
that different.
we are going to jackknife some canal with this boat.
Nah.
That sounds correct.
We are going to jackknife a canal, and then it's going to somehow be our fault. And at least Puckle's an LLC, so I can't get sued directly. Only Puckle can. And I'll just declare bankruptcy. Puckle will declare bankruptcy.
Hello, Patreon supporters. I come to you once again.
I come to
asking
you once
help
again.
with-
The oil tanker got stuck in the what's the canal? Not the Suez Canal. What's the other one?
Panama.
The Panama Canal. That's it. The oil tanker got stuck in the Panama Canal. And we need your help to pay for the damages we've caused to the canal.
This sounds very, very. I'm a prince and you're my last relative kind of
yes,
email.
Yes.
From Nigeria, yes.
Yeah.
We bought something incredibly stupid. Oh, dude, these are Puckle questions. You don't even have a choice today. This is gonna be great.
Oh no.
Hey, here we go. I think you'll get it. You'll get these. Let me get a timestamp.
Oh yeah, all that was.
And welcome to PUCL's Poke Quiz. Thank you to Mark for giving us the rules. Today is going to be a little bit different because this is not Pokemon-themed trivia questions. These are Puckle-themed trivia questions, with the exception of the Pokedex entry. Because there's no Puckle Pokedex entries, unfortunately. I haven't taken the time to write any myself. And so I think you'll be able to get this. I think you'll be able to figure these out. So we're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna ask you these, and then afterwards we'll ask Twitch chat the ones I don't use. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get started here. Our first question is gonna come to you from user J345, and he wants to know, what is the first episode that had a Green Tauros ad in it?
What?
It's this kind of question. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I apparently am wrong in my memory as well. I would have gotten this question wrong.
So.
Oh no.
But I was only one episode off.
Do we get a plus minus?
Yeah, I'll give you a plus or minus like 5.
Okay.
Plus or minus 5.
I
Okay.
feel like we should say 6 then. Because
6.
I'm reasonably sure it was one of the first ones.
Really? Okay.
Because so I think although the first ones didn't have any ads because it was just one continuous short recording, the first time they ever like did an insert was when they did their interviews, I think.
I will interject and say that is incorrect.
Okay. It's been a really long time since
Yes, it has.
since
It's
I
been a long time
listened
since I
to-
recorded that. Yes.
It's an
I
even
have-
longer time, a much longer time. I don't know, Seth. I feel like it was like towards the very beginning. And
I
so we
trust
should.
your instinct on this because I didn't really listen to many since before I joined. So
Good.
I have
Good man.
zero information.
You know,
context.
this is such a hard question that I'm okay getting it wrong.
Right.
So we should say just 6 to cover everything from 1 to 11 and be done with it.
if we do the math, I think we have a 1 in 50 chance of just randomly hitting the number.
That's true, actually. I think, yeah, a 2% chance you just randomly hit it.
Actually, much more than that, because I started listening at 146, and the ads by then were a bit more evolved.
Yes.
So-
So episode 6 is within the margin of error. The answer is episode 5. Thatch's memory.
Cool.
Thatch's memory says episode 4, but could be wrong.
Sweet.
Could also be wrong.
Nice.
So that's 1 point for you guys. We've got 2 more question, or number 2 question. We've got 2 choices for this. I could ask one of these questions, but I feel like I'm not allowed to, mostly because the question asks about Seth. And I feel like Seth would be able to answer the question very easily.
You overestimate my abilities, sir.
So I'm going to ask the other one. This one is from Coil Builder. Who wrote and performs the theme song and section bumpers for the PUCL podcast?
Haha, Bocephus and the Thunder Types, excuse me.
That is correct. It is not Thatch. Let's make that very clear.
Not Thatch?
Dude,
What do you mean it's not Thatch?
It's not Thatch. We have gotten we've gotten iTunes reviews where people call me narcissistic because I sing the theme song, so I must love hearing the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, I don't. I don't do that at all. So
I don't, and I don't.
I don't, and I don't exactly.
What was the other question?
The
was
other
the meat
we're gonna do it on stream. We're gonna hold off for that on stream.
Okay, fine.
We're gonna go through the ones that I didn't go through on stream after we're done with this. So this next question is your Pokedex entry question. You do have to give me an answer before I give you the second one. You can get 2 points though if you get it right on the first try. This question comes to you from Omega Ruby, and the entry states: this Pokemon intimidates its foes by opening its huge mouth in battle. It will kick the ground hard with its thick and powerful hind legs and charge at the foe at an incredible speed. Who's this Pokemon?
Omega Ruby implies quadruped, large mouth.
PUCL trivia.
Yeah, so I want to say, because so before you read the entry, I was thinking this has to be either Suicune or Feraligatr, right? But this sounds like a quadruped, which and Suicune doesn't have like
A large mouth
hind
with
legs
which to
or-
intimidate.
Yeah, exactly.
My first thought was Exploud, but that's not correct. That just has
Yeah.
a big mouth, and it talks about how it yells at people with music.
What other Pokemons are like Mimi for us and would fit the description?
Right? Or somehow intimidate with their... Can you read it again? Forgive me.
This Pokemon intimidates its foes by opening its huge mouth. In battle, it will kick the ground hard with its thick and powerful hind legs to charge at the foe at an incredible speed.
A huge
Omega
mouth.
Ruby.
It is from Omega Ruby, yes. The entry is, at least. I don't know if that's where the entry originates from, though.
Yeah. What's a big mouth Pokemon?
Well, apart
There's
from
tons.
like the Loudred line,
Yeah.
you know, but they would mention them attacking you with sound.
It's a Golbat. No.
Hind legs?
Kicks the
What
ground
hind
with
legs?
its hind legs to run at you.
It's actually this entry. I will give you the hint. Will for free is it actually originates in Emerald version.
Oh, that helps.
It originates in Emerald version. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, for the most part, just kind of borrowed entries from previous
Yeah,
games.
they basically rewrote them a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean that does give us that it's
Gen
basically
3.
yeah, Gen 3 or before. What's it generate? What the
Things with huge mouths. I
Things
really
with big
just...
mouths. I guess we just throw a guess out because I don't think we're gonna get it. And
Yeah.
even
Do
with
you
that hand,
wanna say Loudred or Feraligatr or
I think maybe of the two, Loudred or Exploud,
hmm,
I would guess Loudred of the two of them
we can
because
try.
Exploud's a little bit
I'm
more
really not
passive.
convinced, but let's go with Loudred, yes.
Yeah, we're basically just doing this so we get the second entry.
Yeah.
Not
Loudred's
gonna lie.
incorrect. Second entry
Okay.
time. Your second entry comes from Soul Silver. And it says,
Okay.
it's hard for it to support its own weight out of water, so it sometimes gets down on all fours, but it moves fast.
Oh no, is it actually for alligator and Thatch just picked
I
his
think it should be Feraligatr.
Oh,
Yes.
fiddlesticks.
For alligator is correct.
Yeah. Tag nabbit.
I didn't write the
I'm
question.
sorry,
to be fair.
Whimsicott. I led us astray.
You guys
It's
are
fine.
3 for 3. You're fine. You've got your multiple
But we could
answer
be
question.
4 for 3.
You've got your multiple answer question, and this one is going to come to you from Shark Finnegan. There are 3 answers. I will give you 1 point for each answer. And this is a fun question because I know this answer, and this is one of my favorite. It's about one of my favorite episodes of the podcast. So episode 133 was the first episode that Thatch did not host in PUCL history. Who were the co-hosts of that episode, or the host? I guess is the answer. Who was on the episode that Thatch was not on in the first Thatchless episode?
Oh man. Oh
I
man.
know the answer. I know the answer. I knew this one, but it's my favorite anime
So
or my favorite episode of the PUCL
feel-
podcast.
I feel like one of the because episode 147 was also a Thatchless episode, and Bow and Scissor Kick.
That was-
were with
that one was not as good as 133.
No.
Which one of those
I
had the
wanna
cursed
say-
comment?
Neither of them.
Exactly.
Neither of them? That was a
Neither
different
of
one?
them.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a different one.
Yeah.
One of the people
I
on that
wanna
one though was on this one.
Okay. So back then it was like Scissor Kick, Bow, Ethan, App.
I'm just
I
naming
think.
names. Was Sycamore there at that point? I don't know.
No.
I don't know this very well. Okay.
No, he wasn't. That I remember clearly from that time, it was. Oh, actually, Cleary might have been there at that time also.
I'll give you like 2 strikes. You get 2 wrong answers and then we're
Okay.
done.
Cool.
So, I think
trust
we
your
should.
judgment on this. I'm sorry that we're leaning so much on your knowledge, Whimsicott.
Okay. I'm going to say Bocephus.
Bocephus is correct.
Cool. Then I'm actually going to say Scissor Kick.
Scissor Kick is also correct.
Cool. How about Ethan?
Ethan is also correct. You got 3 for 3 there.
Yes.
Got 3 for 3 there. They hosted. I really enjoyed that episode. That episode like encompasses all of like it hits like every PUCL note just right without me being there, and it's wonderful. I that is my favorite episode of the podcast ever. It's my favorite one. So you guys are 6 for 4. Your last question, as always, is Seth. I think you bought one of these, so you should be able to answer this question.
Which co-host has the lowest base special attack?
Very close. So
Oh no!
this is from Skullmane Banky. Out of the Pokemon on the 2020 PUCL TCG mat, what has the highest base stat total?
Oh
wow.
no!
I've got
What's the one under me?
I've-
Oh no,
I've
that's
got-
my Marnie mat. Wait, can I look at the mat at the same time? Is that allowed? Can I?
I'll
Can
allow
I
it.
pull it open?
I'll allow it. I've got the mat. I'm
Yes!
showing it on stream as well for the people at home. But
So I know that it's got Whimsicott, which is not the answer. It should have.
Nor is Sableye.
Exactly Sableye, Meteor. It should have Cradily.
I can give you the Pokemon on it, so that people listening at
I'm
home
looking
know.
at it now.
Toxapex. Okay.
It does not have
I think I have
Toxapex.
an answer.
It is
Okay.
Oricorio, Jolteon, Whimsicott, Minior, Alolan Raichu, Cradily, Sableye, Flapple, Snivy, Feraligatr, Elekid, Ditto because of the community. The Ditto's for the community. And then Arcanine.
I'm almost positive it's Arcanine.
You can also buy one of these at PUCL at etsy.com/shop/PUCL.
They're very good. They're very pretty. I like them a
If
lot.
I sell out of them, we're gonna do another run, but probably with different art and also longer to use as a desk mat.
Is Arcanine higher than Feraligatr?
I'm almost positive it is because Arcanine was like one of the higher non-legendary base stat totals for a long time.
Okay. And I think we should also like, I think the defense stats put it out of the contest, but core for Miminior has 3 very high stats.
I think they only gain 10 upon breaking.
No. Oh, you mean on the total?
Yeah.
So
It rearranges the
total
stats once they break.
it's like 100, 100, and 120, and then it's got like 50, 50, and 50. So I don't think it reaches Arcanine.
Yeah.
But I could
No,
be
I don't
wrong.
think so. Yeah,
I'm okay with
I'm almost
answering
positive it's
Arcanine.
Arcanine.
Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically use the hint, but I kind of like the Arcanine answer, so I'm okay with that one.
Yeah.
You can go for 8 today. Yeah, that's true. Arcanine, you're locking that in?
Yes.
Arcanine is correct. Arcanine has a base stat total of 555. The next highest is Feraligatr with 534, followed up by Jolteon in third at 525.
Cool.
Isn't that cool? So there you go. There you go. Those are your questions. You guys got 8 points today, though, so that's pretty good. That shakes up the standings.
Yeah.
That shakes up our standings this week.
We got 8
So-
points?
8 points. You got the
Yeah.
full 8. You didn't use the hint, and you got everything correct.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's how that works.
Oh, okay. I thought the
Isn't that
Pokédex entry
nice?
docked 1. Cool.
No, it doesn't. No, because you still
Yeah,
got the
but-
question correct without using the hint, right?
Nice. Very
And
good.
then I gave you the point back by giving you 3 points for the multiple answer question. 'Cause that's just what I do. That's what I do most of the time. So if you lose a point
Hey, it
early
gets me
on, I
closer
just
to
give you extra
30.
points. It does, actually, because now if we go ahead and we sort up the points, in first place now we have Seth Vilo with 15 points, followed up by Whimsicott with 14 points. Linny and P. McKee, R. Sigma, and Jushiro are all tied for third place with 7 points, and Basket's bringing up the rear with 6. Everybody else has yet to get on the board. So there
Gonna
we
make
go.
it one of these times.
One of these times, Seth, you're going to make it to the top because you're the best around.
One of these times. My monthly appearance will get me to the 30.
All right. So on that note, we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back at you with the topic. 4920. Oh, well. Okay, so let's go over the questions I didn't use real quick for those of you playing along at home. What year did PUCL hold the first Summer League? That was another question. Does anybody know the answer to that?
No.
I also probably would have gotten this wrong. But I know it's
I
2000.
actually
feel like
And 15.
no.
no, it was like 2012. Wasn't
Twen-
it?
2012. So that's all incorrect. The answer is actually is
19.
actually 2008. For
What?
those of you who are unaware.
Wow.
So when we started doing it in 2013, 2014 again, that was us bringing it back.
Oh, right.
That was us bringing it back because it was something
I remember now.
in early PUCL we used to do. It was more than just summer league. Like we did fall league and winter league and spring league. We had like one for each season, and we changed gym leaders. Like it got to the point where we stopped doing types and we were doing themes, which was really cool. Like I did it like once I ran like a reptile theme gym, which was really cool. Yeah, it was really fun. And so that was fun. It was interesting to do, and then it just kind of died off after a while. But then like
I'm sorry,
I just died. Yeah, no, I saw it too.
So
and
that's almost as old as me. I'm gonna have to excuse myself and leave the show. I'm sorry.
What happened? What?
No,
Who just died?
Pokemaster said that's almost as old as him. But yeah, it hurts, right?
Very much.
It hurts. But yeah, no, we used to do. So what happened was like in 2013. That's kind of like when I quote unquote got serious about PUCL. We're gonna put serious in quotes, and that's when that's when we that like Bo and I like were really into it together, and so we're just like, let's do this, let's run these things, let's do it very like semi-professionally, and it was just like it was a crazy time. So another question that you guys didn't get, it was about Seth.
Oh no.
What flavor of Vite ramen was Seth's personal favorite described in the old ads?
I actually know this.
Oh, that's good. What is it, Whimsicott?
Do you know what it says?
Chicken miso flavor.
I'm almost positive, yeah.
That's the one that's written down here, yes.
Yep. It's either that or what it used to be called in the first release of that product, which they just changed the name. They didn't change the actual like ingredients. It used to be called like vegan mushroom. But people got confused because they thought there were going to be like mushrooms in it, or it was going to be more of a mushroomy flavor. But no, it's just
okay.
So they changed the name to that.
So the Pokedex entry you missed as well was, this Pokemon embodies the compassion of pure spring water. It runs across the land with gliding elegance. It has the power to revive. Yeah, that's what it was. The multiple answer question that we didn't get, I guess it doesn't have a lot to do with PUCL. This is name 3 Pokemon, each beginning with the letters P, U, C, and L that have a base stat total of 500.
What? What?
There are several answers you could have gone with. Pinsir for P. Politoed, Poliwrath. Ursaring is the only one with the U.
500?
Yeah, exactly 500. Calyrex, Carbink, Clawitzer, Claydol, Copperajah, and Leavanny was the only L.
That is a disgusting answer.
Insane question.
Yeah, I didn't ask you that one.
Cool idea, but thank you.
I didn't ask you that one. And then the base stat question I didn't choose was what fully evolved grass type Pokemon has the lowest speed?
Fully evolved grass type Pokemon with
this is a good meme. This is a good meme.
Ferrothorn comes to mind.
It does come to mind.
Oh wait, no, I think they meant starter. They meant starter. What fully evolved grass type starter has the lowest speed?
Oh,
it's a meme.
Wow.
The answer is a meme. A PUCL meme.
Is it Torterra?
It is 100% Torterra.
Greatest in Gen 4.
The note that Liger put on the sheet for me was, did you know Torterra is the best Gen 4 starters that can hit the other two for super effective stab damage?
I remember.
You can watch me like evolve as a competitive Pokemon player throughout the years if you listen to all the shows, like because I started garbage and I am now mostly competent. I am mostly competent now.
I remember thinking that because it had a ground move, that meant it was also resistant to the other types, or at least neutralized it.
Egotistical.
Before I knew the type chart.
Can we have an inebriated Pokemon trivia hosted by Thatch? Every hint Thatch takes a drink/shot until we cannot understand the hints. It sounds like a fun idea. I'm not going to do it at 11 o'clock in the morning, but
why not?
We should do it at some point.
I think for you to become an intelligible, that would take an insane amount of
alcohol. It does take a lot. My tolerance is pretty okay.
But if I host this, we can do it on the cheap. Because it takes so little alcohol for me to get messed up.
We could do it.
I don't get drunk. I go straight into the headache, and so I just fall asleep.
I have to host a second show today, guys. I'm not doing it right now. I have to host a second show today.
PUCL After Dark.
All right. Okay. Let's move on to the topic. Our topic today is spin-off games that we'd like to see.
Okay. And that is the one that won. Cool.
That is the one that won. It doesn't matter. It's the same topic. Oof.
Bless you.
Got that out of my system before we started. So
Good.
good. Not gonna ruin the show for me, says Seth.
Yeah.
He's a diva,
Damn it.
guys. He's a diva. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today is spin-off games we would like to see in Pokemon. This is a nice, fun, light topic. It's better than talking about Legends Arceus, that's for sure. I'd like to see a spin-off game where they like you go and explore Sinnoh, but like old Sinnoh. And that's what I'd like
Breath
to
of
see.
Pokemon. You have to brush everything's teeth.
Yeah, exactly. You have to do all this other nonsense. It's just so dumb. I want one that's just Pokemon on me, or Pokemon Camp. I just want Pokemon.
So
Just Pokemon
Nintendo.
Nintendokimon. Did you know that Nintendogs was actually like half produced by Ishihara?
Oh.
He was like involved in that. Fun fact. That's why there's multiple versions of Nintendogs.
Oh.
There's multiple versions of a Nintendogs so that you had to connect to other people's Nintendogs to get all of the breeds. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. I
Oh
believe.
my goodness.
Yeah. Fun fact. That is in fact how Nintendogs works, and it was involved because Pokemon was involved. It is absolutely
Amazing.
hilarious. But spin-off games that we'd like to see. Anything that comes to your minds?
Ooh. Well,
I've
I
got-
think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go Seth. No, go Seth.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna cheat because I played the new version of this game fairly recently, and I'm just still kind of on a high about it. I want, we've got the Legends Arceus coming. Cool. We can explore the open world Old Sinnoh on land. I want to call it the pirate in me, but I want to explore the seas of Pokemon. The Pokemon. Imagine the terrifying monsters you could find out in the open waters or in the deep. I want Subnautica Pokemon crossover. Mod makers, get on it.
7.
Wait, oh, never mind.
8
I
out of
understand.
10. Too
I
much
was waiting
water?
for that. Literally, when we were talking about this topic in our chat, we were talking about it, and like Whimsicott was talking about things that she wanted, and I'm like, Seth is gonna say something with Subnautica,
Stupid. Yes.
and I'm like, he is 100% gonna find a way to bring in Subnautica into Pokemon. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he's gonna do it.
I mean, easy. Spin it off. Like, not a Reaper Leviathan. You've got a freaking Gyarados right behind you. Like, you breach the surface and
you'd
it's
do it.
storming because
I knew you'd-
Kyogre's somewhere nearby.
Oh,
like,
man.
Oh.
I kind of
want
hope.
it.
I would love to see that just happen in like Legends Arceus to begin with. Like, I think it'd be
Right?
really cool to see that. I don't know. Maybe like Legends Hoenn is more like what I want in that vein then, because I think it'd be really cool to see like a Pokemon. Because if you remember Pokemon Emerald, you could it was like that and Platinum I think were the last great third versions. Looking at you, Ultra Sun, Ultra Move, Black and White 2, and those aren't third versions. Those are their own games, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But both Emerald and Platinum did something right that I don't think a lot of them do now, which is you could catch the other two legendaries from the other box arts in that third version. And the way they handled it in Emerald was so good. Because you would like hear on the radio, oh, it's really hot on Route 200, blah, blah, blah. And you'd go there and you could see like the sun was like really blazing down, because if you went to that route, you'd find Groudon. And then you could catch Groudon. And the same thing with Kyogre. Like, oh, it's raining really hard on Route blah, blah, blah. And you'd go over there and you go catch Kyogre. That's how Emerald handled it. And I thought that was really cool. A lot better than Platinum handled it, which was just like, oh, they're here now at top of the tower.
Yep.
So
it's just there.
yeah, it's just there. So I think they handled it really well in Emerald, and I'd love to see that play out in like a full 3D environment.
Yeah. What I
So-
would like for another Legends game is Unova, because I want to see the original dragon.
I want to see the
Yes.
original dragon really bad. I absolutely agree with you.
Like, that would be like the big climax of the game. Amazing.
Then you watch it split in some kind of horror game,
No.
leaving behind the dead body that is Kyogre.
The husk. Yep. I would love to see the original
Sad.
dragon though. Would
I
the
do
original
have a
dragon be
devil
dragon
whispering
type?
in my ear, though.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Would it
It'd
be
be
a
just dragon, though.
or would
Dragon
it be
and
electric
energy
fire?
type. The only Pokemon of energy typing.
No new types.
I-
Seth. No new types.
No,
Don't
no,
do
no,
that to
no.
me.
I got it. It'd be pure dragon type, but the ability would be something like Omnivolt or something like that.
Oh,
Where
it'd be like
stab on both fire and electric moves.
Yeah, it'd
yes.
be like
and
it would-
ice.
no.
It should
No.
have all
I think
three.
the ice typing should only exist because
As a result of
Kyurem
being
is
deaf.
lifeless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ice is the result of it dying.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's my personal opinion.
I like that.
That's my personal opinion. But back to spin-offs.
Yeah.
So
Back to
spin-offs.
spin-offs.
So first of all, we should get out of the way that both you, Thatch, and I would die for like a true Fire Emblem Pokemon game.
That's
We've
so true,
discussed
though.
this before.
Okay, yes. This is okay. And I'm not talking like Pokemon Conquest. Okay, Pokemon Conquest. I replayed it recently. Maybe it doesn't live up to the hype. It's fun, but I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it Pokemon Fire Emblem. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it if you're just like, oh, I want to play Fire Emblem. That's where I would say it. But like, if you want pure, I would love to see like they did recently Fire Emblem. It's not Echoes was the remake. They did one called Fire Emblem. It's the one with the music stars. It was a Persona or not Persona crossover for the Wii U, but then they re-released it on the Switch because nobody owned a Wii U. And what they do is they essentially take characters from, I believe, the Persona universe, and they get paired up with a Fire Emblem character, right?
Oh.
That's how that works. And so what I would like to see is kind of the opposite. I would love to see Fire Emblem, like a Fire Emblem character like Chrom, get paired up with a Pokemon like Pikachu or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'd love to see that.
Yes.
So it's I want something like that where like each fire, like you can bring Fire Emblem characters in from everywhere, but let's be honest, they're going to choose Awakening, Fates, and Three Houses, and nothing else ever existed except for Marth prior to this, and because
Fair.
that's the relationship we have with Fire Emblem right now. everything
because-
before Awakening's garbage, and it doesn't deserve to exist. But I would love to see.
Fair.
I would love to see that, where like then you can control the like it could still be Fire Emblem, like Chrom's on the battlefield, but he's got his Pikachu with him, so like they could do like an electric move, you know,
I mean,
when they attack.
Fire Emblem Awakening and all the other titles with paired units. Now you
Yes.
don't pair the units, with each other, but they each have a paired Pokemon,
I love that so much.
right? Oh.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that a lot. That's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't know other spin-offs that might be cool to see, like franchises you could like jump into and cross over with. I don't know. Go ahead. What you got?
I've mentioned this before, and it's a really weird idea, but Scribblenauts?
Yes.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
you use the Pokemon to solve the problems, and you have to figure out like how each Pokemon could solve an overworld problem.
Okay. That'd be interesting. They kind of have that in Pokemon Ranger, actually. If you ever played Pokemon Ranger, they kind of have that kind of idea where you could do that. I think it would be really interesting to see that. I don't know. I would definitely just like, if I were to be very general, I would like to see like a Pokemon tactical game. Like a tactical RPG, maybe not RPG, but tactical Pokemon game. Like you could be like we had Conquest and that was close, but I'd love to see something done a little bit better. Only because there's a lot of like quality of life upgrades I would make to Conquest after replaying it. You have to like, I don't know. It's a DS game, so like the quality of life isn't great, and especially if you just look at Pokemon games that are DS games, and this has been mentioned when I'm streaming Platinum, is that you can actually have a lot of issues where like you're just like, oh, you have to go back to the bag every time you want to use a potion if you want to like heal 3 Pokemon. You have to go back for all 3 instead of just being like, oh, 3 Pokemon, here's 3 potions all at once, right? And so the quality of life wasn't even there in the DS game. So I honestly, you could just modernize Pokemon Conquest and it'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah. But again, just do it with Fire Emblem and not Nobunaga's Ambition, because
Yeah.
like who played that?
Not a lot of people actually. It sold really badly. I did see recently. I went to so that we have like used bookstores here in the U.S. That sell video games sometimes. So I go in there to check out to see if they have any like old D&D books, because sometimes you could like pick up like the 4E monster manual or something, and you can use those for your D&D escapades. And so I was in there, and so I'm like, oh, I'll just check out the video game section to see what they have. And they totally know what they have when there's Pokemon games, because everything's priced like exactly right. They have like a copy of Black and White 2 in there for $85. I'm like, that's exactly what it's worth. And but then there was like a copy of Conquest in there, and they had it listed for $60, and I'm like, everything else is priced right. This must be what this game is worth right now. And I just picked it up, I think like 3 years ago. I picked up a copy for Linian for like $20.
Yeah.
So these game
Wild.
prices are going nuts.
Dang it,
Oh,
Thatch! What
don't
have you
even.
done to the market?
I know, it's just me. I'm buying all of them. It's just me. I'm
you.
causing this issue. It's not that Game Freak won't go ahead and just like release the games on like a virtual console, because virtual console doesn't exist anymore, which is incredibly frustrating to me. I would love to see just some kind of package where you could just you could buy, like, let's say you could just buy for like $60. You could buy like Gens 1 through 3 for your Switch. I would do that.
Man.
I would do that.
So true.
And then you could just
absolutely
send
do
with home connectivity. Boom. That's all you have to add.
Mm.
And
Yes.
I think that's what they need to do, because without that, that's why everything's skyrocketing, because you can't buy these games. And I think you could realistically do the same thing with the DS games, and you could just be like, hey, here's Diamond Pearl to Black White 2 in $60, and yeah, I'd buy that too. Though you do have to figure out how to. I mean, it's kind of being remedied with Diamond and Pearl being put on the Switch anyway, with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So that's semi getting remedied, but it doesn't remedy something like Gen 5. But those games are going out priced outrageously.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about them remaking Gen 5 as well. I'm very worried, because like they're just gonna do they just do Black and White and then call it good?
I think they do Black and White, and then like Black and White 2, maybe a DLC.
That's what they have to do. I think you have to do like a DLC for Black and White 2 or something, because though Unova doesn't feel complete until you play Black and White 2. Because in my mind, and I'm definitely not the typical Pokemon player, obviously. I'm a hardcore Pokemon player, as are most of the people listening to this show. So you're all going to agree with me. But Unova doesn't feel complete without that story. And honestly, I feel like Black and White 2 saved Unova in terms of like being a fan. I think we all look back at Black and White and we go, oh, it's a really good story and everything. And rose-colored glasses and all, as well as we didn't know how bad it could get, I guess. It to some degree is that Black and White, they have those things, but when they came out, everybody was really against like the soft reboot, and they did a very bad job marketing the soft reboot.
I think the problem with Black and White looking back is that they felt great playing through them the first time, because when you play through a game for the first time, you usually just use the new Pokemon anyway.
Yep.
But the soft reboot took away so much replayability that you're right that Black and White 2 saved the region, because you could do those and you didn't have like just the Unova decks.
Yeah, exactly. It was absolutely horrible in that regard. And I think that just didn't sit well with people. And it kind of in the way Dexit doesn't sit well with people, or even before both of those, like the hard cutoff between the transferability between Gen 1 and 2 and Gen 3.
Yeah.
Like none of these things have gone well for them. And I don't know why it's like, why don't you learn your lesson, old man? It feels like one of those scenarios, but I don't know. Spin-off games is the topic, though. Spin-off games.
I want to mention one that exists.
Go ahead.
It's kind of a spin-off game. It's by no means official at all, but I know that a group of us got really, really into it on the Discord thing for a little bit, and Pokemon and Minecraft.
Oh,
like PokeCraft. That is actually, that mod pack is really well done overall. It's a lot of fun to play.
They messed up. I think. I think Pokemon had the opportunity because like there's a Mario crossover, right? And Pokemon could have very easily done the same thing. Could you imagine
Yeah.
if like it was official Pokemon Minecraft? Like
Right?
that
would
would be nuts. And
I was about to say maybe Pokemon didn't want their Pokemon to be reduced to little cubes, and then I remembered Quest exists.
so before
Yep.
Quest came out, right before that, they like sent out DMCA's to the people who made Pokemon Minecraft, and to like shut it down. And then we got Pokemon Quest, and then it was the letdown that it was. And I don't know, like I really dislike when they put out these. I don't want to call them shovelware, but they are shovelware games with Pokemon on it. They do this pretty often, and they'll have like these. They just have these games, and then the thing I dislike about it the most is how the community receives them, because there's always like a subsection of the community that's just like, I'll take anything Pokemon and I'll consume it. And I'm just like, but it's not good, and you're gonna get upset because it's not gonna be supported, and then that's what happens, right? Like that's what happened with Quest. That's what happened with Duel. That's what happened with Cafe Mix. I want to say, and
We having cafe mix updates, blah.
yeah, and then like it's still around, but Pokemon Masters will go that way eventually.
Yep.
So it's
But yeah, that was honestly
yeah,
a ton
it
of fun.
happens.
Like they do a good job with the Pokemon that you catch, how you catch them, where you catch them, what you have to do to evolve them. Even the grind feels okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's I would try it out if you're wanting some kind of weird Pokemon thing. There's no Skyrim mod that's very good yet, so bummer. Like
Oh, that is a bummer.
like could you imagine instead of Alduin, it's Origin Form Giratina or Eternatus that you're fighting?
Or
like
Thomas the Tank Engine.
whoa.
That mod exists though.
Also that
that
does
mod
exist.
exists.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love. Okay, something they could do very easily. They could do instead of Super Mario Maker, Pokemon Maker. They could do that. Pokemaker. Well, like you could design your own Pokemon game. Like we already have people doing this anyway. It's a very big thing in the community, right? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they just like facilitated that? By facilitate, I mean actually profited off of it.
Oh man.
Like you could totally do that. I feel like that goes just as well as like as a D&D player, I get served a lot of ads for things like World Anvil, which is just like a world building website. And by world building website, they mean this is just a really fancy Microsoft Word. And that's the kind of thing that it's like a wiki mixed with Microsoft Word.
Oh goodness.
That's all it is. And so they do things like that. It's a little fancier for those of you who know. And so
But
so like I get sold this stuff all the time. Could you imagine if Pokemon just like monetizes being able to play or being able to build like the ROM hacks that we have now?
yeah, like they give you the tiles and you can build
You
like
bu-
with the
you
Gen
build
3
it,
engine.
And then
You
you
build
just
your
build in the
region.
you could build in the Gen 3,
You
Gen
pick
1 engine.
Pokemon, you pick, like you populate the
You could
the encounter table
do
from-
engines all the way up to Gen 5 very easily. And
I feel like they would start off with Gen 3 because it's a lot
it's the
easier.
prettiest one, honestly.
It's
and-
also very
Yeah.
pretty, yes.
But it's very easy, and then you can just be like, "Oh, this trainer here's battleable. Here's their team, right?" And stuff like that. Oh, here's this route. Here's the grass. This is what the Pokemon are in this grass, and this is the percentages. Like you can just tool with that, and then you can put it online, and then people can play it. And I think it would get a lot of people off TBCI's back, right? Because you always hear this nonsense of like, "Oh, this game is so much better than anything Pokemon's ever put out." And stuff like that. When like a ROM hack makes the rounds in the community, like Radical Red's around, everybody's like, "Oh, this is the coolest thing ever." And I think it would get a lot of people off their back because, like, yeah, Pokemon put that out there, and it's facilitating. Because I would say more people came into video games through Pokemon than they did through Mario, almost.
Something that would happen with this though is that people would recreate the original games faithfully, and then you can't sell them on the virtual console anymore because
There is
they're
no
just
virtual
there.
console, so who cares?
Exactly. So they might want to keep that door open.
There's no virtual console. You can't do it. And so if they're going to do it, then they should do it. I don't like this idea of having a vault. I think it's absolutely asinine. It's just a bad idea, very anti-consumer, but I guess they are a corporation, so what should I expect?
It's weird though because right now, like, I recently purchased a copy of Emerald
Mhm.
and a copy of Sapphire,
They're so expensive. Right now.
and oh my, I cannot believe how much money I had to spend for those.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. This
Mhm.
would fix that problem because people would just, buy the Switch game and build Emerald from scratch.
Oh yeah, that's true. I still don't think that's a bad thing necessarily at this point, because
Although
I
it
mean,
wouldn't be able to, connect with home. So
I think they should let it connect with home personally, and you retcon sprites for the Pokemon that don't have sprites. And
I think the problem with that is that then the legality check for home becomes a mess because now you have a Groudon you caught on Route 2 in Sinnoh and
Yeah.
it's legit.
yeah,
It's a
I'm
mess.
okay with it. I don't think the legality.
They
I think
probably are not.
okay. Real talk now. Let's take a second for real talk. What do the legalities checks matter for anyway at this point? Because if we're going to talk legality checks, I think legality checks are the dumbest thing that they do. Because it is so, one, the people doing it don't care. Two, the people doing it know what you're doing anyway. Three,
Yeah.
they are so artificially easy to bypass. And
Yeah.
I think that is, because for my own experience, when I went to a regional and I 100% brought Gen Pokemon, scandalous, I know. They did the hack check and I did not get flagged. They also didn't do. They also didn't. Yeah, they were legal, and so who gives a crap? I didn't get them legitimately, quote unquote. And so who
And now
cares?
that they have the in-game move reset thing, it's not even that big of an issue as far as
Exactly.
bringing in an illegal move.
Exactly. Seth is 100%
wiping it from the beginning anyway.
Yep. And I think that's
You're laundering that Pokemon, if you will.
I think it would be really cool to get Pokemon to like that way. That's a really cool way to, one, fix the Dexit problem in my opinion, and two, also just let the creativity fly that's already out there in the community.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
like
know.
that.
We spent a lot of time talking about that idea, but I think it's a good one. They should do it. I mean, they have
Definitely.
tools like this and things like RPG Maker and stuff like that.
Yeah, now they have that thing where you can build a whole game from scratch.
Yep.
Like literally any kind of game. So
Yep. I think this is just them facilitating and I don't know. It seems like a good faith thing to do.
Yes.
Yep. This is a good place to stop though. This is a good note. I like this topic. This was fun. We're gonna end it there. We're gonna end it there. We're gonna take it on over though to the Pokemon of the episode here in a hot minute. So we will catch you guys on the flip flop. 1 sec. I'm gonna run downstairs because Ryan came to my house. I think he's picking up stuff that he's been storing in my garage for his wedding. So I'll be right back. I'll see if I can. Are they driving? Oh no, they're driving away. Never mind.
Okay.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye,
You're too slow.
Ryan.
Bye, Ryan. Let me ask my wife. Did Ryan already leave? Okay.
Coming up here for now. I'm bored.
Hi.
He said
Hi.
I was going to get him on the stream.
I'm sorry, Orange, I couldn't fit it in there.
Dude, it's fine. When you said the water thing with that, I'm like, oh, but Sea of Thieves in Pokemon.
Yeah, that would be great. I tried to. Foos Road Train, I like your name.
Like I said, I'm listening to you guys and I'm bored.
Why are you up here?
Speaking
Why
of-
are you over here? You're not on this show.
Because I wanted to talk while you're out of the room. I'll leave now.
No, I'm coming. I'm here still. I want to say hi to you because I love you.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly Orange is on the show.
Suddenly orange.
No introduction. I'm just in the next segment. No preface to that.
No.
Nothing.
Orange is going to talk about these Pokemon now on the team. Orange, do you want to help drive the oil tanker and be part of the mess that's going to be us trying to pilot an oil tanker from Russia to the United States?
The only answer is yes.
Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Could you imagine the
Good.
mess that would be?
Yes. God.
Could you imagine?
I mean,
Or-
technically, from a certain point of view, you're supposed to be the wisest of us all.
From a certain point of view, the Jedi are evil.
He's gonna be the one down in the engine room once the third propeller goes out in the middle of the Atlantic, and
Are you gonna be? Can you be Scotty for this?
and he's gonna be like, he's gonna be like,
Track and throw
he's gonna be like,
the
we
epic
got.
practice.
He's gonna be yelling at us. We've got one propeller left. Okay, I don't know what you want us to do.
We only
Makes a
put
lot
in.
of sense.
We only put in 3 gallons of gas. We can't go anywhere.
You're in the power,
This is
Captain
access
Thatch.
check.
We only put $5 in at the pump. I don't know what you expected. Good times. Good times.
Okay, I'm going back down if you guys are gonna do your
Yeah,
thing.
we're gonna do the we'll do the
See you
team in
later.
our DMs that doesn't have a pace but has a rental code.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a VJC team. I don't know how the team works, but it looks like fun.
VJC, is that
A
Got it.
VJC. A VJC.
Okay, I should be the
Yeah.
last. Like, I probably do that at least 7 times an episode, just mispronounce
It's fine.
things,
I'm
and
just-
you guys never ever pointed out. So,
I don't care.
thank you.
All right. Yeah. So this looks. What?
Which one's the
Richard?
actual
Wait.
Pokemon?
Time out, Seth. We need to talk. Richard Lecky gets bounce.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can increase its speed.
So that you can max airstream. Richard Lecky.
Yes. I
And
think
then
it's
use
also
extreme
like,
speed.
yeah.
In
you can
VGC, that's not a
actually-
bad plan because it does it to the partner too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean,
To the
Oh.
partner too.
there
Yeah.
are and there are some things that under Tailwind do outspeed Regieleki. So
Yeah, but that's also dumb.
I mean,
Which one's the actual Pokemon that we're focusing on?
I like Rapidash, but that's just me.
yeah,
I
Who wants the
like
Dex
Rapidash.
entry for it?
I don't know. Pick one.
I have it.
You've got it. Cool.
Let me figure out a couple other things. I was just thinking about something from earlier, and I absolutely should not get drunk on stream. Every time I do, I always do something like slightly bad, PR wise. Like slightly. It's not bad, but I'll like yell at a kid or something, because they like come in here and ask
Nice.
me why I don't have kids yet or something, and like I'll yell at them.
Oh no.
Half of me wanted to be like, why don't you? But then I was like, no, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah, you see the answer to that, where it's just
Yep.
like you're justified.
Only go badly.
You're justified in doing that, but it's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of
And then
those.
you'll turn
things.
around and yell at me for something. I'm sure.
Yeah, I always yell at you all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
All right, let me get a timestamp. We'll figure out who's got what Pokemon as we go along.
Yeah.
And welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 78, the Unique Horn Pokemon.
Galarian Rapidash.
Galarian Rapidash is what I'm supposed to say. Yes, I'm supposed to say the name. So go ahead, tell us
That's right,
the
name of
entry.
the Pokemon.
So the Pokedex entry from Shield reads, "Brave and prideful, this Pokemon dashes aerially through the forest, its steps aided by the psychic power stored in the fur on its fetlocks."
If anything, this is testimony to how even doing an episode for 500 episodes, or doing a podcast for 500 episodes, you can still screw up.
And this is the demonstration that after learning English for over 20 years, you can still learn new words. I had
Yeah.
no idea that a horse's ankle was called a fetlock.
Yep, I did not know
So
that
true.
either, and I speak English as a
I
first
too
language.
have been learning.
So Galarian Rapidash is what we're talking about today. It is based at 500. It has the Fairy Psychic typing, which is a cool typing that things better than it, like Gardevoir have. But its base stats actually aren't different from regular Rapidash at all. It's just the typing. It's literally the same base stats. 65 HP, 100 attack, 70 defense, 80 special attack, 80 special defense, and 105 speed. That speed's actually pretty decent. I would not be mad about
Yeah,
that speed.
honestly.
It also gets the ability Pastel Val, which is really cool. compared to
Is it?
well, it's okay. It prevents Pokemon with this ability cannot be afflicted by poison. It also heals the poison status conditions of a Pokemon when it's sent out into battle. So unfortunately, no. But it's better.
It's better than its others.
It's better. Yes, it's better than Anticipation and Runaway. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
much better. So yeah, I would definitely use that. The team we have today is not BSS, even though Summer League's going on. We do have this VGC team instead. So we're gonna go ahead and break this down for you. It looks like a fun VGC team, and Rapidash plays a decently cool role in as well. So we do have a Rapidash with Pastel Veil, Babiri Berry for super effective steel attacks that come its way, which is actually pretty prevalent nowadays. And it's got
Yeah.
Mystical Fire, Charm, Heal Pulse, and Ally Switch. I did not know it gets Ally Switch. Ally Switch is the cheesiest game in all of move in all of VGC.
Yeah.
I assume this would get paired up with another one of these horses, just because it can, and it is just a good support mon. And so you have something like Glastrier, which is just a good Pokemon. It is slow though. However, there's a surprising Pokemon that might be able to help out with this.
Yes.
However, you're guaranteed the Rapidash will go first, and Mystical Fire actually hits decently hard and can stop some of the things that would stop Glastrier. And it's
Yeah,
holding a weakness
because-
policy. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, because Mystical Fire, like, I forget this, so I thought maybe someone else might forget this sometimes.
Mhm.
It is guaranteed to lower the Pokemon that hits his special attack.
Yes,
by 1 stage.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's very interesting.
But yes, yeah. So Glastrier can take more hits that way. This Glastrier is holding a weakness policy, and I guess he could probably hit it with Mystical Fire and get that. The Charm also on the Rapidash does the attack stat as well, so it just debuffs all the time.
Yep.
And so it's got Heavy Slam, Protect, High Horsepower, and Icicle Crash. Of course, with Chilling Neigh. It's definitely a Dynamax target to have if you want to just like hit things hard and you don't want to die. Somebody can take 2 more. Pick whichever 2 you like.
I'll take 2 more. There's another horse that's supposed to support the other horse.
The
and
other
that's
horse.
Spectre. It's got Shadow Ball. It's holding a Focus Sash. And the other moves are Taunt, Protect, and Snarl. So
It gets no
Taunt.
moves.
Those are the moves it
no
gets.
moves, but Snarl and Taunt are just used to debuff things. And then I
Yes.
guess Shadow Ball like can clean up because it is a Spectre.
No, this team is 100% just debuff everything and then hit it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just debuff.
And Thatch was mentioning someone might help Glastrier go slightly faster. Ladies and gentlemen, a physical Regieleki. It's holding Life Orb. Its ability is obviously Transistor. And it's got Wild Charge, Bounce, Extreme Speed, and Protect. So if you were to Dynamax this, you could Airstream to raise Glacier's speed. I don't think that's a good idea there, but it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I would sooner personally just Dynamax the Glastrier because
Exactly.
then he's thick.
Then he's
Yep,
thick. He's a
very
thick
thick.
boy.
Very thick boy, yes.
Oh yeah, you Dynamax Glastrier here. Regieleki big is like definitely a bold play. I think you could also go big with one of the other members that you're going to talk about, Seth.
Sure. So I'll hop into it. Next we have a red horse. We have Incineroar. It's holding an
Nay, it
Agua
says
Berry.
Incineroar.
Yeah, and when it neighs, it does 2 things with that. We'll get there. It's got an Agua Berry to heal. Its moves are Flare Blitz, Snarl, which is Neigh 1, Fake Out, and Parting Shot, which is Neigh 2. Again,
Literally debuff the
buff
team.
the heck out of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I
Debuff the team.
guess you could say it's a bit of a naysayer with Parting Shot.
Oh god.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's not up to par.
Oh god, that's hilarious.
When
So
it intimidates you with its
really?
large
I thought
mouth.
it was a really horrible pun.
this is really
Yeah,
like
it was good.
the opponent is gonna be debuffed like crazy with this team. It looks
Yeah.
fun. I don't think it would win anything like championships wise, but I think it's I think it'd be a lot of fun.
If your definition of fun is frustrating your opponent to no end, which I know
Yes.
applies to Seth at least here. So
Seth, this team is for
What?
you.
What? Debuffing people? That's offensive. How dare you?
I'm
And
not
finally-
saying you debuff people. I'm saying you frustrate them with your stall teams.
What? Little old me? No, I never. Anyway, we have finally the last Pokemon, the Academy Award winning The Shape of Horse.
The
Tapu
shape of
Fini.
horse. The shape of horse. These nicknames are
Tapu
great.
Fini has leftovers on it because that's what you do.
It's a Tapu
And
Fini.
moveset is, moveset is Dazzling Gleam, Scald, Protect, and Calm Mind.
So this one I think is also a decent Dynamax target. I
Yeah.
think you can have a decent Dynamax target out of Tapu Fini. But that's a Thatch opinion. And
I
I
just
think
like Tapu Fini.
Tapu Fini is just good. I mean, you Calm Mind a couple times, and you could probably go ahead and just go big with Tapu Fini after a Calm Mind and do some good
And
work.
Dazzling Gleam's a multi-hit too, right?
It is a multi-hit. The thing with multi-hit moves, though, is that you have to remember that you get debuffed on those. They do
Yeah, they do less
75% damage when they're spread.
Yeah.
So,
But after,
It-
like you said, after a Calm Mind, or just to break sashes,
oh, absolutely. No. I mean, I'd rather have Dazzling Gleam in some situations than, and I'm sure the person that built this team felt that way, than having like Moonblast, just so you could get the chip going on multiple Pokemon.
Exactly.
And you still get Starfall out of it, and probably just as well based on the base power
Yeah.
between Dazzling Gleam and Moonblast.
Yep.
So it's definitely worthwhile. I think you've got 3 Dynamax targets and then like 3 Pokemon that are just meant to debuff like crazy.
Yeah.
And you just keep parting shotting and snarling your way back.
But yeah, that's the team. Everything on it is a horse.
Nay. When Tapu Fini closes its shell, it's a horse, not a dolphin. What are dolphins but
Exactly.
horses of the sea?
Reggie
Dolphin.
Horsey.
Reggie Horsey.
I thought it was supposed to look like a little
The Black
boat
Pearl.
thing.
A what? It's a dolphin.
Black pearl. Yeah,
more
but
like-
it's
more-
textured like a boat.
Yes,
So-
they're all textured like a boat.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
They're all
look-
textured made out of wood.
No.
Yes, they are. If you look at all of them, they're all textured the same way.
Maybe not Lele. Maybe
Not-
not.
Maybe not lately. Bulu definitely is, and so is Coco.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, Lele, maybe not.
I don't know.
I'm looking at it.
I don't know.
Lele's a
It might
cocoon.
be, Lily might be meant to, but actually, not be.
Hmm.
But I don't know.
I think I think it's more like a cocoon look.
Yeah, because it
Definitely.
looks like a butterfly.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
With a wheel.
this is where we'll end this segment. And
Fair enough.
you can use this team. We'll get it on the Discord server for you guys later this week to use. So this was a lot of fun to do. We enjoy you guys listening to that. We are going to kick it on over now to the mailbag. 3429. And before I forget, what we're going to do now is we're going to do the giveaway because people asked about it in the chat and I totally forgot, honestly.
Yay!
3429. 3429. And I almost forgot about it. So if you're in the Discord, which I think is like Little Mac, or not, nope, it's not even Little Mac anymore. It's just orange down there. So
That's actually funny, Alec. Tapu Fini, the Trojan horse on the team. Because it's inside a box.
Oh my
that's
God.
hilarious. God. All right. So what you guys have to do is you're going to have to type, I'm going to put the command in the chat for you. Is going to be enter space 1. Like I just typed right there. You have to type it like that. That way you guys, once PUCLBot tells you can do it, you can do that. So let me go ahead and go over to the correct button. If I can find it. Okay, we're going to open it. So now you can open it. You have to type in ! enter space 1 because of syntax reasons. to be entered. It will be running for like the next, I think, 5 minutes, so enter within that time while I open up my email.
Wait, there's a Tapu Fini pin.
There is a Tapu Fini pin. Pokemaster, I'm not going to read the email that just says happy 500th episode. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Yes, actually, happy 500 episodes, Thatch.
Oh, thanks. Man, it's like my birthday or something. I want to read all of them.
To be fair, you celebrate this far more than you celebrate your birthday, so...
That is probably true. That is probably true. I have probably done that more than I have... I have probably celebrated this more than I have ever celebrated my birthday, yes.
Oh, sweet. It let me into the email without you having to verify it.
Yay! There's like
I've got-
5 or 5. Yeah, there's 5. It's Trainer Nova, followed by Sleeve, followed by Gliscor Gamer, followed by Tia, followed by Coil.
Well,
And we'll do that in that order. And I just want to do all 5 because we can.
yes.
Yeah. Start.
And it's 500 and it's 5 emails, so...
Yeah, okay. 5 emails for episode 500. No, that's not why we're doing it. Wait,
They're the starred ones.
They are the starred ones after the 25th. I'll cut out everything else.
Okay, cool. So 28
After
on.
the 26th, actually,
Yes.
because the 26th are still the email from the last episode.
Yeah, but nobody emailed on that episode on that day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, cool. I see him. Good.
We'll just wait a little bit. We've got an extra 2 minutes left on this giveaway, and I want to give everybody a chance to get in on it. If you've already won one of these, please don't sign up. I am sure the 3 people that have done that did not do it. But just letting you know. I think Echo's here. It's Yellow is here. Echo, should have told you don't need to sign up for this, but we'll find out. I was just gonna buy it for him anyway. For helping out with the show so much.
Or it's just like, I
Fair.
was wondering why no one was listening on Discord.
Because
That's
we
the
told
answer.
them not to, and they actually
Actually,
listened.
listen. Well, if
Yeah.
you tell them there's free,
No wrong.
if you're just like, hey, we'll give you $60 if you go listen over here, I feel like that's why.
That's a good
Might
motivator.
win money.
Yes.
It's a good motivator. Copy of BDSP is the giveaway. If you,
Dispa.
yep, is the giveaway. We've been giving away a copy of BDSP for all the things we've been doing this week. There's one more chance to do it later today during the Q&A, either at the beginning or the end. I haven't decided which. That we're going to be hosting later this afternoon on the Discord server. So yeah, definitely be around for that. Thatch's position at the end
That's
of
his
the episode.
position.
He announces retirement. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's a giveaway.
If you would have talked to me 2 months
random
ago, I
listener.
might have done that. Congratulations. This is yours now.
Thank you, random citizen.
Well, thank you, random citizen. This is yours now. Cries in Tepig Day. Delete server.
I
Take
will
the Poke
admit,
Beach
for the
approach.
first half hour of the episode, I was still playing and catching shiny Tepig.
I haven't even opened it for that.
Oh, is it Community Day?
It's community
Yes,
day right
it
now,
is.
yes.
Oh, and it's
You're
for
not- you-
Tepig. Who cares?
You and I are 40 minutes into it, yes.
I mean, shiny Ember is one of the really cool shiny.
Shiny Embor is actually
But
good.
then you have to have, an Embor on your roster, and I don't know if I can handle that.
Roster.
Cemetery Hill,
What does
happy
it mean,
PUCL
roster?
500.
It's
Okay, guys,
just
make sure
sitting
you
in your-
enter the giveaway. There's 30 seconds left. If you have not already entered, the
Stardust.
thing is enter 1. I have accidentally just entered myself into it by doing that, but I will not
Nice.
win my own giveaway. If you type that in, though, you can go ahead and win this game. So we are going to go ahead and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New. Oh,
No, yeah, I mean the thing's closed. Now we get to click the pick the winner button. And we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't see Cemetery Hill in here, though. Or can I add people?
He didn't put the space.
I didn't put the space. Oh, yeah. I don't see Pokemaster in here either, to be fair, though. I'll allow entries
have
again for
entered
like
it
half a
just as
second.
it was closing.
Yeah, enter it again, you two, and then we'll close it. I'm a gracious person.
I am a generous god.
I am a generous god. Cemetery Hill and Pokemaster. If you want in, you need to re-enter.
No, Cemetery Hill, you need to...
You need to put a space
type in
between the enter and the one.
Yes.
There, like everybody else, you have to do it. Yep. There we go. Cool. If you already did it, you're good. Don't worry about it, guys. Pokemaster, you have to put a space. You already entered anyway. We're done. Okay, cool. We're picking the winner. The winner is Egotistical Elekid. There we go. Wonderful. This was 100% randomized. I promise you guys. As it is all done through a bot. That's why PUCLebot did it, not Thatch. But Egotistical Elekid, congratulations. The answer is now that you have to remind me when pre-orders go up to do this for you. But I will do it. You have won a copy of BDSP. So there we go. I am going to reset that. And we're going to do this again later today. So let us go ahead and get on to the last segment of this podcast, which is the mailbag. Let me grab a timestamp and we'll get rolling. Bump, 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 bump. And welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag, as always, is the part of the show where we read your emails on the show. You can email us at pucklepodcast@gmail.com and we'll read your email on the show. Last week we had a question that I forgot. That wasn't just, hey, what's your favorite Puckle moment? I was, what region would you like to visit? That's what it was. You can send those in to us at pucklepodcast@gmail.com. We'll read them on the show, and we're going to go ahead and do that here in a moment. After I let you know that this segment is brought to you by the energy drink, Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves!
It's a callback to episode 5, apparently. 4, apparently. Which one was it?
I don't know the answer, honestly. I feel like there's like a 50% chance I'm wrong. And and so for those of you listening, we can go ahead and jump into these emails. We will give the Green Tauros badge to anybody we deem worthy. So let's jump into this. Our first email this week is going to come from Nova. I've got this one. Okay. How do you do, Puckle crew again? Nova, here and enjoying the summer weather, kicking into full swing. First of all, congratulations on your 500th episode. Yay. I think you guys have been podcasting almost as long as I've been a Pokemon fan, and since the ripe age of 7, I think. So it's a wonder it took me until last year to discover you guys and your awesome work. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. If I had to share a favorite Puckle memory, it has to be one of two things. One has to be the collective memory of waking up and driving to work to the tune of Puckle every Monday. The other one has to be a specific Monday morning drive where the Puckle trivia question about what non-steel types can learn Steel Wing came up. I was practically yelling BEM into the stereo the entire 3 minutes or so while the co-hosts were trying to answer the question. Given that in an aforementioned superhero Pokemon RP I was in at the time, there was a BEM character who literally had it in his moveset. It felt like such a special moment. I shared the clip with his player afterwards. For context, he uses it by summoning steel-like hard light projections. Has yet to use it effectively.
Cool.
Well,
to answer the other mailbag question, I didn't think too hard about what region I'd like to visit, but when I heard Galar's design get roasted during the last mailbag, I had a few words to share to defend why Galar would be a region worth visiting. I might be in a honeymoon phase with the most recent region, but hear me out. Sure, its roots, dungeons, and even the vanilla wild areas wilderness pale in comparison to other regions. But have you looked at the town and cities? Cute farm towns with Wooloo grazing about, majestic castles that also function as a power plant, and of course, my favorite Pokemon city with my favorite gym leader and my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. Galar might be smaller, but each city and town packs a punch of vibes. Except you can't go into like any of the buildings, right? Like Not to mention, imagine trekking through the Isle of Armor, getting lost in Crown Tundra, or if you're not the outdoorsy type, watching Dynamax battles in person. You can't get that in any other region. No, that's terrifying. Oh, man. Oh, never mind. That's a Patreon thing. Seth and I went off about this as a Patreon thing for the last batch of Patreon episodes.
No.
Where, like, Snorlax just Dynamaxes out of nowhere in the open field.
Oh.
And, it risks to, like, derail a train. Like, it's just not, like...
That's the entire thing.
That's the entire plot of the episode. Of course, in the end, every region has something unique to offer. Personally, I want to visit every region in the real world that inspired a Pokemon region. And since I haven't been to the UK, I'd like to visit it at some point in real life. Writing the above was just a way to express that. Sure, it has its flaws, but I want to give Galar a bit of love. Before coming back to home to Unova, which I consider my home Pokemon region. Enjoy the PUCL 500 celebrations. See you on the flip-flop. Regards, Nova. We should
tell you.
We need a what is it? We need an Ohio region. You get to go to Dayton
Ugh.
and Columbus and Cincinnati and Cleveland, and then there's that other part of Ohio nobody goes to.
You mean the rest of it?
Yes, honestly, if you Toledo, people go to Toledo.
I can tell you, I fully support the idea of Galar being something that I would visit. I can tell you the second that I would be in either the Glimwood Tangle or Ballonlay, you would have to pry me out by my cold, dead fingers.
That sounds
out
like
of
a Seth thing.
Ballonlay.
Yes.
Like, holy mackerel! That was such a beautiful town to walk through, and it's so tiny, but it's so gorgeous. I would die in that town.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll duke it out later.
It's cottagecore and mushrooms and cool colors.
So who wants this next email from Sleeve?
I'll take it. I'll take it. Anything to escape the words cottagecore.
Oh, God.
Hey guys, Sleeve here. Just wanted to wish you a huge congratulations on the big 500. Especially Thatch for starting this train and being aboard for the duration.
It's been a long ride.
I've only been around for the last 100 or so episodes, but I've enjoyed every second of it. What's been created here is not only a fantastic podcast with a wealth of brilliant supporting content on Twitch and YouTube, but also a wonderful community full of great people that are so supportive and welcoming. Oh.
That's very true.
Thanks.
That's the best part.
Yeah. It is the best part, by far. So, thank you everyone for being a part of that. 500 episodes is a truly momentous milestone and a really remarkable achievement, so you guys deserve to bask in the glory of this for a little while. Normally, after so many episodes, a show starts to feel stale or worn out, but PUCL just goes from strength to strength, and that's a testament to the hard work and talent of the team working on it. Oh, thanks.
Sucks.
My personal PUCL highlights, yes, my personal PUCL highlights are the first episode I listened to, Detective Pikachu Review, PUCL 388 with Whimsicott and Linian. Oh. The Switch Release Week episodes and the many events and tournaments held in the PUCL Discord, mainly the Summer League and PDL. Also, anytime I have a trivia question or email read out on the show. Congratulations again, and thank you for a fantastic podcast and community, Sleeve. Well, thank you, Sleeve.
Thank you for that indeed. Do you want this next one from Gliscor? Seth, you can take this one.
Sure, it's got the word
do it.
Gliscor in it.
Not spelled correctly, but yes.
Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Hello, T Hatch and other wonderful co-hosts. I like that, by the way. That's a name.
T Hatch. Oh no, do you know why they do it? By the way, do you know where T Hatch comes from?
No.
So we were doing
From
it.
T-Pain?
We were doing we were doing a Nuzlocke for X and Y, and they like at the beginning of X and Y ask you what your nickname is, like what they can call you, and like the Twitch chat was just like they have to do T Hatch, and so that's where that came from.
That's great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am writing this email on a bus driving to Denver for a youth conference, so I'll keep this short and sweet. I have two favorite Puckle moments. The first of which is when I sent my first email for episode 470. I said that Zacian could use a power boost, and Thatch's reaction of "What? Please tell me he was joking" was hilarious.
It has to be a joke, right? Like,
it's banned from everything now, right?
outside of like, so we're going into this meta that's gonna not have Dynamax in it, and everybody's like, oh, Zacian won't be as good because it won't get double power from its Behemoth Blade. I'm like, yeah, but if you double the power on something that has double the HP, it doesn't matter. Like,
Exactly.
you understand that doesn't matter, right? And so like Zacian's gonna be incredibly oppressive. Like, without Dynamax, Urshifu's gonna run crazy. The meta's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, Zacian's base form was just banned from Ubers too.
Mhm.
Like, the
Wow.
Pokemon is anything goes. That
Yep.
is the Pokemon. The entire thing. Anyway, the second is from the first time I spoke in the Discord. I remember joining and being so scared to speak. I didn't know anybody, and I was afraid I might sound weird. But the warm welcome I received made me feel so accepted and happy. I don't really know how to describe it. I do know that this episode is being recorded live, so to all you Discord members listening, thank you. Thank you for making this community so accepting and wonderful. Thank you to the moderators who help keep the Discord a safe place and help us have fun. Thank you to the co-hosts who make each episode of the podcast different and special. And thank you to Thatch for keeping this community up and running for 500 episodes of the podcast.
That's a lot of
That's all
episodes.
for now. Yeah. That's all for now. I wish everyone a happy day listening. This is Gliscore Gamer signing off. Sent from my iPhone.
All right. Thank you for that. This next one's from Tia. I like Tia. Hey, Puckle, it's me, Tia. I know who's hosting this one, but I just want to say hi to the whole podcast this time. First of all,
Aw.
I want to say congratulations on making it to 500 episodes. Such an amazing run with all past and present co-hosts and the additional shows in PUCL Plus and now PUCL Anime Club. It's that, well, PUCL's got the anime club. It's the PUCL Anime Club Lounge, right? That's what we decided, lounge?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just PUCL. Content
love
is
it.
such a burning grind to see. So to see a relatively small podcast come this far is really inspiring. We're not as small as people think in terms of numbers, but I appreciate that. We're in like the top 7% of like all podcasts in terms of stats, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it turns out you just have to do it for 15 years.
It's probably exponential for those last 7%.
Yes, it is. It's exponential before then too. It's just if it's easy at that point. After you like, if we go up like another 100, like, oh, we went up like an extra percent or whatever, you know.
Yep.
So I thought a long while about where I'd want to visit in the Pokemon world before coming to the simple conclusion of Johto, so I can visit my beloved Karen. As for my favorite Puckle memory, there are two. One, discovering the podcast. It was probably around the time Sword and Shield were announced, and I thought that the game would push me back into being a Pokemon addict. Side note, I'm probably one of the more casual listeners, so no Swish didn't do the magic for me. However, I still continued listening to Puckle. Well, I appreciate that. Anyways, the first impression I got of Puckle was that of those in the 2000s. 4 kids Saturday morning cartoons. It felt like the commercial spin-offs were one of the best parts of earlier Puckle. For my favorite memory, it was probably finding out about Steven Stone's dad. And after watching Game Corner, I tried so hard to find the infamous Steven Stone's dad episode.
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh, no, that was...
Congratulations again on reaching 500 episodes. P.S. Will you guys ever bring back the Create a Pokemon contest? I don't remember that we did that, but maybe.
I don't think we got all the way through it. I think we
I
kind of
don't think
got
so.
part of the way through it.
Yeah, it was something like if we didn't get enough entries or something.
Yeah,
Always
and we couldn't
dreaming
get-
of Karen, Tia.
Always
Love
dream
it.
I appreciate that. Then you two can fight over Coil.
Ooh. How are we fighting?
I don't
What are
know.
we doing?
Thatch, think of a number between 1 and 50.
Okay,
whoever's closest.
Done.
4.
23.
Seth, you have to read it. It was 7.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good morning, wonderful Puckle crew. Coil here, sending in late, so I'll make it quick. Just want to say that Puckle is what brought me back to Pokemon a year and a half ago. I had some terrible experiences in other communities before, and at the end of USUM, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, wow, I can't read. I just walked out, not planning on coming back. After Swish, I thought I would check back and see what the competitive scene was like after almost a year out of it myself. So I started listening around February 2020, and I heard of PFTT. So I hopped into the Discord, signed up for PFTT, and stuck around. So here I am, a year and a half later, and I'm stuck here. I absolutely love this community, from the monthly gen tiering arguments to every tournament I can get my hands on here. I've met some really good close friends and expanded my competitive horizons. This community is pure love to me, and you all have made a wonderful place to get out of the real life grind and just hang out with friends and battle some mons. Love you, Puckle. Catch you on the flip-flop coil.
That's 100% the sentence that I want Puckle to be, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a wonderful place to get out of the real life grind and just hang out with friends and battle some mons. That's 100% the description of Puckle.
Yeah.
That is 100%. Oh man. So that's it for the emails, I guess. There were no more emails. Pokemaster keeps sending in like random things. I apologize, but I'm not gonna read just like random like one words. And we're gonna, but so Green Taurus badge. My answer is, because it's episode 500, that if you don't have it already and your email was read on the show, you get it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. You get a green. I know T already has it, and I think somebody else here already had it, and
Who's gonna stop us?
yeah. So I think a lot
Mad
of
with
people
power.
already had it. Yeah, we're just going crazy here, with power. So let's see. Well, we can end the show with little ending that we usually do. So one, if you want to email us next week at pucklepodcast@gmail.com, you can go ahead and email us there. This week we talked about spin-off games and what spin-off games we'd like to see. Please send us an email letting us know what spin-off or crossover game you might want to see in Pokemon. We would really enjoy hearing from you guys. And before we go too much farther, I'd like to thank everybody that's taken the time to listen. 500 episodes is a lot of episodes of the podcast, and it's been a fun week just like hanging out with everybody. I'm sure part of that was because we've been giving away copies of BDSP throughout the week as well. But I appreciate everybody that came by and still hung out while I was streaming or doing the podcast or doing something else. It's been a lot of fun doing that, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that takes the time to listen. I know we're not like a #1 podcast on iTunes or something, but it really warms my heart every time like somebody's just like, I found it. This is a great place to be. Thanks for hanging out and doing all these things for us. It means a lot. So yeah, if you want to keep up with us throughout the week, though, and keep having those good times, come over to pucklediscord.com, where you can join our Discord server and do all the cool things. You can, of course, there's Ryan in the chat right now. He was just at my house, and he didn't come up and say hi. He could have been on the stream. And, of course, you can always follow us on social media over at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. You can, of course, also keep up with us on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepucklepodcast. It's a great way to like be able to get one-on-one time with me. I just love I do Twitch because I love hanging out with people on Twitch, just like I do the rest of Puckle. I do Puckle because I like hanging out with the people in Puckle. And it's honestly the best. So you can also check out the YouTube at youtube.com/PucklePodcast, where McGee and Claude are hard at work. I do need to get back on the YouTube grind at some point, but man, it's a lot of work. You can also, of course, go over to Twitch, like some of you are right now, and you can drop a Twitch Prime subscription. That really helps us out. If not, you could definitely just go over to Patreon at patreon.com/PucklePodcast. Drop us a few bucks if you want to maybe get access to PUCL, the Puckle Anime Club Lounge, where you can get some listen along podcasts and some commentary on just what we've been watching in the Pokemon anime. You can, of course, also get other things like Pokemon giveaways, which start this week. We're going to be giving away Pokemon from the team of the episode and stuff like that, shiny versions of those. So be sure you do that as well. Other than that, I think that's everything I usually talk about. And so here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, for this isn't the 500th time because we weren't always here, it's a long story, but here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, I have been Trainer Thatch.
I have been the Fluffiest Whimsicott.
And I have been Seth Vilo.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, like I just said, it's closing time.